Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Hey.
Hello.
What's up?
Hi.
Excuse me.
I'm coughing.
Can you not?
That was rude.
Excuse me.
That was
Whoa.
very rude.
Hold
I'm
on.
I'm sorry.
Excuse me. If you're gonna be our guest, you do
Gotta
not
take it down 2
interrupt
notches.
our
We're-
intro.
Look, I was totally choking on this. I had like a mouthful of foam. I was like, oh fuck.
You choking?
Am I allowed to? I know. Who knew?
Anyway,
Sorry. They're creeping in.
Hi, Mac.
Hello, Mike. How are you?
I'm good. Hi, Arisce.
Hi. Hello.
Guys, we're joined today with a special guest.
A celebrity, a star,
Actress, model, reality TV star,
magician, comedian,
and ultimate reader of anybody fucking up in the near distance. She's there. And she has clocked me and taught me several times, and I'm better for it. Everybody welcome Arisce!
Woo!
Hi. Hello, everyone.
How are you?
I'm cunt.
I'm
Yeah.
cunt?
Yeah, it's good.
Is it really?
Yeah, I'm real good.
Is that a thing? Have you ever heard that?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
I'm cunt?
Yeah.
I know you're only half gay, so you don't
Yes,
understand,
exactly.
Okay. Speaking of, can I just like go into my rant? Because
Sure.
I have an awkward hookup story that I don't know if I've ever told on this podcast, and I want to, and it has to do with basically what you just said. Because recently, I'm a TikTok star.
Gasp.
I've had one TikTok get over 1,000 views. I'm officially famous.
Okay, and that's the end of this episode.
No,
Right? And it's like, I feel like TikTok, it's like even calling itself out and how long it's going to last.
It's awful.
TikTok. TikTok, honey. Because that shit is stupid.
No, it is stupid. It's so stupid, and that's why I love it. I love to get high and watch TikToks until 3 a.m. alone in my bed. It's the best.
I like to get high and go to bed.
I felt that.
But I get a lot of comments recently because people are like, "Oh, you're Mike from that Lohan show," and everybody's like, "You're the one that pretended to be bi to make your parents accept you," and I'm like, "Bitch! First of all, how that makes sense? If you openly say you like dick, how also liking pussy help you? Speak. Tell me. Explain to me the ways, because it's starting to annoy me and it's starting to get to me."
Honey, you're going to have to fuck more pussy publicly.
No. That's the thing. Like, for example, on the show, this is the awkward hookup time story. I literally was hooking up with Jules. Like, I was dead asleep. And they came together. Oh, it's hookup time with Mike. Ooh, yeah. I know this makes no sense to you, but I promise.
Oh, no, I get it. I work in television.
You do.
Yeah.
You just accept it.
I want to
Right?
get us out of the way so we can quickly get to...
It's like an anime.
Reese.
Things are just happening.
Yes. I was dead asleep one night, and Jules got like hella drunk and tried to hook up with Billy, and he was like, "No, because you're drunk." But I didn't know because I was asleep. So they came and got me and woke me up and said, "Jules is calling for you." So I went in the room, and Jules was like, "I want to have sex with you." I was like, "Okay." So I was in like a pig hat, and we just started having sex. But
Yuck.
we covered ourselves. It's like you cover yourself with a blanket, and there are like 3 cameras on you. Mm-hmm. And like I'm trying to cover it, and she was like, just do it. I'm like, you sure? She's like, yeah. Like I just woke up. I'm like, all right, cool, let's go. I'm in a
Like
big hat.
I'm going in dry.
Literally.
Oh my God.
Like she was anything but dry. Hey, let's say that. But then next thing I know, like we basically were just like fooling around, a little bit of foreplay, and before it like just started, like there wasn't even like, I think it was like the beginning of the full penetration. Mm-hmm. One of the producers who actually like happened to be Kim Webster. Do you know who Kim Webster is?
Not right now.
She block out her name just because I don't know if we should say who it is. But
Beep, you know who Beep is.
She's a regular of mine at the Abbey, and she knew that Jules was like very fucked up, and I didn't know that. And there was just that whole scandal on, I think it was The Bachelor or something, where like a girl claimed that she was like raped because she hooked up with one of the guys while she was like very intoxicated. So in order to like help me out, all of a sudden Kim Webster, one of the producer, beep out that name. I'm sorry, I keep saying it. Comes
You're like
running into the room, and before I get full thrust in, grabs me by the hips, pulls me away.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, what is going on? Like, I'm in the middle of trying to like hook up with this girl while 3 cameras watch, and now a friend of mine who's also the producer of the show is grabbing me, basically grabbing my dick, like stopping it from going in.
She's like, I want some.
My turn.
This is ridiculous.
Literally. ridiculous.
Putting the dick in ridiculous.
But
Or taking it out. Go
and
on.
I was so annoyed. I was like, what are you doing? I wanted to, because I was all excited at that point. I was like, out of tension, ready to go. And she just whispers, she's more drunk than you know. And I was like, thank you. Thank you very much. I'll see everybody later. Like, I literally got my shit. And Jules was still like, where are you going? Why are you stopping? And I was like, I'm not about to.
Yeah.
Nope.
Consent is important, kids.
Yes.
Consent is, because that is something that they don't teach little boys, and there should be a class on that. A, to protect the girls, and B, to also protect the guys who might be stupid. You know what I mean? Especially because there's a lot of stupid guys out there. If a girl is very intoxicated or under the influence of anything, even if they say yes at the moment, if they are intoxicated and in the morning they don't agree with their actions, or like it is basically still considered rape if a girl gives consent but is under the influence when she gives consent.
I can't believe anyone has sex with anyone that can have a baby.
And now you know why Arisce is here.
It's just such a gamble.
It is. I mean,
that's a fucking gamble. I'm
They
like,
like to
are you
live life on
serious?
the edge. They love
Yeah, they're just like, we just hit it with no condom. I'm like, you might be stuck with someone for the rest of your life.
Well, did people fuck on Strut? If you guys don't know, Arisce is on a reality show called Strut.
The only people fucking were Laith and I. No, but like, isn't that complicated because we're both trans? We're both on so many hormones, everything's blocked off.
Wait, okay. But before we get into the gay agenda, I do want to ask. So Strut, explain to me the concept of.
It was just a show surrounding a bunch of trans models and following us in our boring ass lives.
Why are you boring ass life?
My life is not. No, I've said this before. I'm like, my life is not interesting without like people in it. Like, otherwise, I will choose to go home and watch My Fair Lady.
Fair.
Hi. So, I just feel like they didn't have much of a concept beyond that. And so they were creating a lot of stories. So a lot of it's made up. It's super reality TV and everyone.
Feel that.
And what I hate about reality TV, and don't do this if you do this, do not judge people on the 15 minutes in an episode that you learned about them when it's a whole hour. Because you don't fucking know me beyond that 15 minutes. Like, yes, I said the bitchy things I said. Yes, I did the bitchy things I did, but you don't fucking know me, bitch.
But that also made good TV.
And no, it made great TV.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't have been watching it, you stupid hoes.
Yeah, people
Anyway.
always like the things people say to reality TV people, especially because they're an easy target.
Yes,
You know what I
and
mean?
they're like, well, you put yourself out there. You deserve the bullshit. I'm like, well, you live in your mom's basement in Iowa, okay? And so I don't deserve shit from you, okay? I live in LA in the streets. Not I don't live in the streets, but I run these streets. And you're not gonna tell me how to live my fucking life when I got to television and you didn't.
Ooh.
You can't even get out your mom's basement. Fuck you.
And y'all just been read by Arisce. Thank you for
Yes.
coming. Thank you.
Thank you. That was the episode.
It's tea.
Where can we find you guys?
Do our phones match?
Do our phones match?
Oh my God, you got the boy version of my phone. I didn't do it because it didn't match my car. I was like, yo, I need this a shade lighter.
Okay. Well, because I'm just very excited to get into the questions for
In the
Arisce.
questions?
You want to go into
My gay agenda is really short, but yeah, we can go into it.
okay.
Gay agenda with Mac. So the Out 100 was just announced. I think like,
And I'm not
a few
on it
days ago.
again.
Yeah,
Same.
Surprise,
some of us are in it.
surprise.
Same piss.
But the cover star this year is the one and only Sam Smith. Oh.
Okay, I like him. He's been in my comedy show. He thought I was funny.
Really? Ooh. Them.
They have been to my comedy show and they thought I was funny.
Wait, Sam.
Sorry, we've been drinking.
Sam Smith
I didn't know
is,
this was right.
yeah, they, them.
Yeah, they, them, theirs.
I did not know that.
Yeah, we gotta respect these pronouns.
We did. Yeah.
Back the pronouns. It's like, they announced that like, what, a few weeks ago? I don't know.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
It was recent. I know it was recent.
Yeah.
Did they have an award party here? They had a Out 100
The Out
award
100
last year.
party. Yeah, I went to the party last year
I
in
went
the
last
most
year, too.
uncomfortable fucking dress that looked amazing, but it scratched the shit out of my tits.
You
I wanna
always
go
look
to the
amazing
party.
at these events.
Thank you, ASOS. Thank you, ASOS.
Like, I look like trash. I showed up because I heard there was an open bar. And I was like, cute.
Yeah.
You showed up to the Out 100 just because of an
Because
open bar.
I know.
The most influential LGBT people in the one room.
Was it?
Yes.
Yes,
No,
that's what the Out 100.
the most influential they remember.
They were, yes.
Because they forget about me every year, but y'all be watching my memes, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was in Out Magazine. I was the cover of Out Magazine this year. Not this year. In like January.
Wow, congrats.
You're welcome. No, we're on that list though.
We're just not influential enough.
We're not influential enough. Yeah.
Oh well. Truvada for prep. Truvada for prep. How dare you shun the first transgender woman that's been in a fucking commercial? No, national commercial for pharmaceuticals. I'm literally the first one in history.
That's also Lululemon. You did Lululemon.
Yeah, I'm also the first transgender woman to be in a campaign for Lululemon and Lucky Brand jeans. I have all the firsts, guys, and I'm not influential. Thanks. Yeah. Stop buying all the shit that I keep selling. Sorry, do I sound bitter? Cause I am. Cause I am. Bitter like the beer, honey. Ow. Oh God.
What a great episode.
I'm spilling tea, bitch. I don't lie to anyone.
Good. Thank you. I feel like that's needed. Welcome our new co-host.
Hi. I have the right to be upset. I'm a trans woman of color, and I am ignored, just like the rest of them. There. I said it. So back to Out 100.
I don't know who's on the list this year. I just know
I feel like
I saw the photo that it was Sam Smith as the cover.
I feel like that says enough. Does anybody really know or care? I feel like stuff like that is. I feel like honestly, and I think a lot of these LGBT award shows now are just for people to like bragging rights at this point. Like
It's
half
the
the people on
dick-sucking
that
contest.
list. Yeah, half the people on that list. What'd you do, really? Honestly,
Half the people I've never heard of. Like some like did really great like philanthropy work, and I'm like, oh, okay, great. She opened a center.
I heard of
Really
one
nice.
I'm not gonna say who, but I heard about one because they were like sucking dick in the bathroom at Rocco's. That's about that.
What?
That's how they got on the list.
Probably.
I'm like, bitch, that's all I had to do. I'm at Rocco's all the time. I just stay on my knees out there. God, what do I have to? Whose dick do I have to suck to get on a fucking list?
Yeah, I've sucked dick in more incriminating places. What the fuck? That's a better list.
Yes, exactly.
That's a better
Yes, the N100.
That's what we should. Coming to you soon. Coming to you soon.
Yes.
Are we still talking about this?
No, I was trying to find a list, but I can't find a list. So
And
it's
that
like,
was
whatever.
gay
Honestly,
agenda.
yep, that's it.
Right.
And that's why it's not important to make the list, guys. Because it's too hard to find anyway. When you make the Forbes list, let me fucking know.
And let's quickly get out of the way.
Oh yeah. Wait. You don't have anything? Talk about BTS not getting nominated for a Grammy. True.
What do you mean? He never has anything, but he always gets it done. He's a star.
So
he's got the segment, and we are introducing now. Once again, guys, we bring to you.
Let's kill this.
Ooh, moment of the week with Oliver.
Hi.
Hi.
People have tweeted and asked, like, speak up, Oliver.
I'm sorry, I'm antisocial. No, sorry, I'm shy.
You were not shy 1 second ago. Stop pretending there are real people here.
Shy. Oliver, the Ash Nico of our podcast.
Yes, oh my God.
I think so. I don't even know.
The only thing I've ever of the week.
Oh, it's the uwu?
What?
Okay. When it's like bad, it's on. But when it's good, it's uwu.
What Korean shit do you have for us this week, Oliver?
BTS was snubbed by the Grammys yet again. That's it.
The Grammy nominations came out, and BTS was not nominated for a single award, even though...
all last year.
What is the Grammys awards for again?
Music.
Oh, they are?
Grammys?
Yeah.
I don't know.
BTS.
Fuck it. It doesn't
Actually,
matter
it's not for
anyway.
music. It's for audio because Whoopi Goldberg has a Grammy, and it's because of a comedy tape.
Yeah, it's audio.
It's audio.
What?
But like,
I know
BTS
things.
sold the most albums last year in the US, but like, whatever, that's fine. They just ignored that. Okay.
What is it? Because it's K-pop? Do they have like a separate K-pop category? Is that why?
No, they just like
They're a boy band.
the only international
True.
like person that is like fucking nominated is Rosalia, I think.
True, and also like
no one that's Asian.
the
is
Grammys
nominated.
don't really nominate boy bands in general.
They dance. They do so much.
I know,
shit.
and it's weird.
No.
And also, they don't really like nominate people that are outside of America. You know, like
but like last year, they presented when her won the award. They presented for her.
Mm-hmm.
They have all the suits that they wore to the Grammys last year in the Grammy Museum. They were welcomed into the Grammy recording academy.
Yeah, Recording Academy.
They all were accepted into that, and then they were photographed at the Grammys by like the guy that photographs all the winners. So they were literally like baited into it for clout, and then just nothing this year. I'm like, fuck you. They were also nominated last year.
I mean, that's basically how they treat Beyonce every year, basically.
Every year.
They nominate her just to not let her win anything.
Yeah.
Beyonce's
Fuck
never
Taylor
won.
Swift.
I mean, she's won
She
a few, but
wins,
she wins like best urban. That's
yeah, but
it.
it's not. Yeah, but it should be best album.
Yeah.
Best urban. Can we talk about how urban is like very? Why is that a category? Because that's just.
It's very pointed.
It's
I know.
racist.
Yeah,
It's racist.
It's like, let's give the black people this award so we can give Beck Album of the Year again.
So we can keep stealing their culture and giving our people the awards. Iggy Azalea, Justin Bieber. Just saying, they all got
Malone.
Grammys for singing like Negroes. Anyway. With
Wow,
music,
we
with
got
music,
America.
We got
music written
opinions.
by black people. I said it. Anyway, and produced by black people. If you don't believe me, fact check me. What you got?
You're right.
So we have Arisce here with us.
So my moment is over. Goodbye.
Yeah, sorry, no, you're fine. I'm just here to be honest and bitchy.
And that was Ooh Moment of the Week with Oliver. Woo!
Yay.
He bring it to you every week.
So we have questions, right?
We have several questions
fun.
because one thing, I mean, I like to bring out every guest's expertise. And one thing Arisce does is give a very good combination of advice and reading at the same time. It's like a
The pressure is
thing.
on to be clever right now.
So I sent out on Twitter and Instagram. I think we got a lot on Instagram. I had to weed it out a little bit.
Instagram first, then.
I had people submit both questions for a surprise model and separately questions for a surprise trans model because I want to not just put it in
I have a
one
bunch of
box,
trans
in a
questions.
second.
I'm like,
Exactly.
God, boring.
I want to I want to see if it's interesting if they're different or not. You know what I mean? And because I feel like it was just I know it's going to be a little late when this podcast comes out, but it was just recently Trans Visibility.
It's Transgender Week of Visibility or whatever, and then the day one was today. The big one was
The
today.
day we're filming this. Right?
Yeah.
Okay,
'cause
wow.
because I had a contract where I had to post.
You're
something.
visible.
And the reason why one of the reasons why I really wanted to have Arisce on here specifically and give her her own segment is because I feel like you are one of the most blunt out, you're not censored at all. You don't give a shit. You're very honest. And before this, I asked Arisce, is there anything I'm not allowed to talk about? Is there anything you don't want me to mention? She goes, oh no, anything you want. Nothing is off limits, and I think that's what this podcast is good for. And I'm really excited for these answers and to
we
pick
go.
your brain a little bit, bitch.
It's exciting.
And if you guys are offended by anything she says, don't worry, we'll give you her @ and Instagram. You could attack her there if you want.
No, come for me, bitch. I'm ready for you.
Should we start surface level?
Let's start surface. Just mix them all together.
Mix them all
because
together.
I want to see. Yeah.
Okay. How long does your makeup routine take?
It depends on what I had to do. For today, this took 35 minutes because I wasn't doing anything serious or on camera except for this, but not serious HD in my face with 17 lights on me camera. That's going to be seen all over the world. Well, it will be seen all over the world, but I mean national real TV stuff. So, but if I'm doing an event or if you see pictures of me at Avita or something, that takes about an hour.
Really?
Yeah, because you have to get all the HD shit perfect.
You do a lot of events. For somebody,
Yeah.
I know people that have been here for years and years and years and years and years, but I see you out there hustling, and you get booked for a lot of shit.
Thanks.
No, I think it's a thing that needs to be pointed out. Is there a tip or what do you think is the reason for that? Do you think it's just visibility, or is a certain thing you do for hard work wise? You have a really good manager, bitch. What's the tea?
Right? No, one of my fun tricks is that I say yes to everything. And if I can't do it, I cancel last minute, which is flaky as hell. But I usually don't have to cancel unless I really just can't do it.
And you're always on time, which is honestly, you were here before me today. But no, do you know how rare that is in LA? I tell people 6 o'clock if I want them there at 7. I always expect people to be an hour late in LA.
I learned my time crunch ethic from being a model in New York. I was a model in New York for 3 years. And a real ass model, not an Instagram model, kids. So the kind that had to be in downtown at 4 o'clock, which means they mean 3:30. And so otherwise you are replaced. You're absolutely replaced because there's another girl right behind you that's younger, prettier, and thinner. And so they don't care about you. If they booked you and you're not acting right, you're replaced immediately. It's always been that way. It's just a New York model lifestyle. So I've been on time to everything ever since I lived there.
I love that so much.
Yeah.
Did I ever tell you about the story about how Arisce got me in a party once without having to pay? It was in New York. And she taught. We were walking up.
I'm trying to remember.
You look like
we were fucked up.
Drunk.
No,
Yeah.
we were fucked up. It was after Marco's Fashion Week show.
Oh my God.
And we went to the rooftop, and that's when we like. It wasn't the first time I met you, but it was like, oh my God, hey Arisce, because we met. I originally met her at a pool party for my birthday.
Oh wow.
And she was just
At the Standard.
Yeah, we met in a private room.
Oh yeah, where they were doing cocaine. Goodbye, sponsors. I didn't say you were. Some white bitch was.
People were doing cocaine in that room. Okay.
Yeah, there were people doing cocaine. I went to go to the bathroom. Okay,
No,
someone
she
spilled
did.
someone spilled the drink all over me.
You, me, and Ronnie went in there to change.
Yes.
We went in there to change. And then Arisce was just making me crack up. And I've never met her before. And then I was like, who are you?
Yeah.
And then at the same time, my friend Ronnie was like, became infatuated. Bless his soul.
It's like, right, I am also infatuated with Ronnie now.
He is great,
Like-
because Arisce goes above and beyond for her friends all the time, and so does Ronnie, and that's and then I always tell them
Fuck it up.
Yeah, set the bar low for me because, and I tell people I was like, listen, don't ever take it personally because that's just how I am, and I am apologizing now to everybody.
It's
but
fine. We've accepted it as a reality.
Arisce is literally, I was super fucked up. We were having like a heart-to-heart at an after party. It was just like the three of us at Ronnie's. And me and Ronnie were like talking about some of our issues. And Arisce goes, so like, I just want to make sure like you know what you do. Like you're aware. And I was like, yes. Thank you. She's like, good to know. But we were at the party in New York. Sorry, I went on a tangent. We were at the party in New York. And I was getting ready to pay. It was like an $80 cover or something like that. And I saw you just walk. You just like walked right up the stairs. And I was like, what? And you're like, honey, you're with me. And you just brought me with you. I was like, what? And we started kikiing walking up. I'm like, how did you do that? And she goes, sweetie, it's New York. In this world, when you have a waist that looks like that and an ass that looks like that, you don't pay to get into places. And I was like, oh! And I use that to this day.
Doesn't it always
God.
work?
It always works.
Yeah, if I don't know anyone at the front door, I go straight to the front door and I'm like, hi. And they're like, oh. And they let me right in. And I'm like, that's what I fucking thought. And they don't know who I am. I don't like. It's not like I'm super famous. Y'all just see me for the first time and you know it. So unless you see it in my commercial. No, but I'm saying like it's not because they know who I am. It's because they feel like they should know who I am. If you act like you're somebody, people will believe you're somebody. People believe what you want them to believe.
100%.
So when you act like you're the shit, you already are.
Yeah, it's 80% of confidence and like mind game. Mm-hmm. Like you know what I mean?
Exactly.
How you carry yourself, because there's people much more famous and influential than all of us. But I feel like when we walk out, I feel like when we all go out, there's like a presence. You know what I mean? It's the way you carry yourself. If you carry yourself with importance, people are gonna see you with importance. Oliver, shut up!
Bless you. Yeah, someone called our corner at the Abbey the Clout Corner on my Instagram. They're like, oh, I love your Clout Corner. I was like, ooh, me too, bitch.
Well, it's a business. You and I have talked about this before. Going out and being social is literally our job.
That's how I book half the things I get.
Yeah, going out like in LA, going to bar like. I don't ever get it. I've never got a job out here, whether it be in business, media, marketing, anything, by applying online. I go out to a bar and I meet somebody who can help me get through the door.
You flex those muscles. You're like, oh.
I'm not saying I've sucked a dick to get a job, but I've sucked a dick to get a job.
I would, but I haven't had to.
Oh, I have.
I'm like, someone get me into a Marvel movie. Slide in my DMs. Tell me who you are. We'll make it work. No, but I tell people that all the time because my mom's always like, you're always out partying. And I'm like, Mom, I have hosted LA Pride the past 2 years in a row. And I think I'm hosting again next year. We already talked about it. But I can say that. I don't care. No, but I've hosted LA Pride, which was a dream job of mine once. And I got that job at a party. Like someone literally emailed my manager and was like, hey, we are interested in Arisce for Pride. And I was like, who is this? Like I did not remember. And they're like, hey, I met you. And I met them later at the meeting. They're like, I met you at this party up in the hills. And I just thought you were so funny. I thought you'd be great at it. And I was like, you don't even know what I do. You don't even know what I do. And now I host the whole fucking 80,000 person party. I'm like, what the fuck?
I got a job at CBS Television Network working on several different shows by forming a bond with somebody in the bathroom. Not sexually. I wasn't doing anything sexual.
I was like,
And
what?
we just like
More cocaine.
No.
Right? I was like, these stories are
we were
seedy.
just like I was like freshening up or whatever at an after party in the bathroom, and this person was there, and he was like, "Oh, you want a shot?" I'm like, "Yeah." We went to go take a shot, and we were just like started talking, and then they helped me get a foot in the door at CBS, and then also I got the Lohan Beach Club because I fucked Alex and his boyfriend one night after a drunken hookup party, and they were like, "That's a cool story. Let me want you on the show." That's literally that literally got me a TV show and a blue check officially. So everybody can suck
Yes, yes, blue check marks all
Blue
around
check
the table.
verification squad.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Are you ready for a second question?
Oh my God, yeah.
It's been like
We have
20
so many
minutes.
I know,
Wait.
tangents. I'm ready.
A lot of people want to know, how did you start, basically?
That's funny. I have wanted to be a model since I was like 13 or 14 because the Victoria's Secret fashion show at that time had sort of replaced like the Miss America pageant as like the TV beautiful woman contest because it was all just basically the swimsuit portion. Just cut the middleman out and you're just watching a whole lingerie show. It was fabulous. But we used to watch it as a fucking family. And I thought to myself, oh my God, I want to be pretty for a living. It looks like so much fun. It just looks like so much fun. They look like they're having the best time being skinny and walking. Yeah. And I'm like, God, that looks dumb. I can't wait to do this. And I had no idea how much work was going to go into it. I have not had pasta, as I see your pasta, in years. Years. I miss bread. I miss cake. I miss sugar. There are things like, if you can do anything else, kids, do it. Do not be a model. It is the stupidest shit.
True.
It is the stupidest fucking job. And I have way too much mouth to be a model forever. So, but keep hiring me. Because I'm still starving to death. Okay, so how did I get started? So I remember asking my mom, and I was like, I want to be a model. And she was like, well, you have to wait until you're older and you know what it's gonna be about. And I didn't know what she meant, but it's about drugs, rock and roll, cocaine. It's very model. It's very model. But not me, because look at my skin. Haha. Anyway, cocaine will tell that story for you. What's his face? But I got started in a contest. It was called Model Search America. And it was basically a scam, but it was huge in DC, and it went for like maybe 3 years, but I did it 1 year, and I remember my sister took me because my mom couldn't take me, and I got signed by one agency, and after that I did like local JCPenney fashion shows and American Eagle fashion shows. I was 16 or 17 years old when I started, and I did like penny saver catalogs, but I've been modeling since I was 17.
That's so cool.
Wow.
Yeah, and so when people ask me how to get started now, I'm like, you guys have a whole new frontier where people are actually looking at you on your phone. I had to literally go into a place with a book full of your pictures, and they flip through it and tell you no. Like that was what old modeling was. So you get told no, and you have to keep moving to the next one, the next one, the next one, the next one.
Can I ask a personal question?
Go.
Well, how old were you when you transitioned?
19.
So you did.
I was a male model for 2 years, and while I was signed at, I think I was at Green Agency in Miami, because I moved to Miami from DC when I was 18. But I think I was at Green, and I remember my agent at the time, it was this big woman named Dora. She was so funny, but she said, "Just don't get your tits too big. You'll never work again." And I said, so you'll move me to the women's board? She goes, yeah, who cares?
Well,
I was like, okay.
Because that's amazing. But now, okay, she moves you to the women board. And this might be asked. I don't know, but I'm just like,
maybe we'll just skip it if it is.
Yeah, I'm very interested in this. Do you have to, or have you ever had to disclose that fact?
That
was literally the question I was going to ask next.
That's so funny.
That's so funny.
Back then, because this is 2006, which is aging me. You can tell I'm very old now. But you can also tell from my attitude because I'm jaded as fuck. Anyway, I can call myself out. I don't care. Anyway, what was the fucking question?
Have you ever...
Yes. So back then, we were not allowed to disclose. If you disclosed, you were not going to work. And I walked every single Miami Fashion Week, so many shows. For 5 years, I was there. The last 2 years, I think I was out as a trans model because I'd already developed relationships with the designers that I'd walked for years, so they didn't care. But when I was 19, people thought I was a mute because I wouldn't talk.
Oh my God.
Yeah, because I will give myself away when my fag comes out. Okay? Because I just talk. I'm very like flamboyant, loud, obnoxious. Most girls are not. Like most cis girls are not that obnoxious unless you're from Jersey. Okay? Like we know. We know.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Exactly. No, but guess what? I'm not that type of girl because the way I hold myself, I'm just like, I'm kind of shishi. But, which is bougie.
Well, you have a personality. A lot of like, that you see those beautiful, pretty models that do all those shows, and then you see them in person. They don't really talk. They just kind of like sit there and drink their Compt bottles.
Yeah,
You know
they're
what I'm
boring as fuck. They're
Yeah.
usually really, really boring, have nothing to offer. They don't vote.
And you're always out. Like, you don't just like, you go to events for free, obviously. Like, you go to like, we got this table at Avita for what? For being there. Oh,
Yeah,
cute.
I'm like, because it's
But you
fabulous.
host. Like, you don't just sit there. Like, they put a mic on you. Like, so you are able to do this and also kind of like have a voice, I think, which is very rare and like awesome.
It took years. It took years, but I had to want it as well because before I thought I wanted to be a supermodel, and now I've kind of gotten there. Let's be honest. I'm a transgender supermodel is what I call myself because there's like 9 of us. Okay. No, and y'all have heard, if you know about transgender models, you've heard of me, bitch.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's T. That is fucking T. Truvada for prep. Yeah, if you don't think you know who I am, bitch, try again. Turn the TV on. Anyway.
I'm on the pill.
I'm on the pill. I just wanted to know what my options were. So I asked my doctor about Truvada for prep. I know my script. Anyway.
I love that.
What was the question? I keep.
No, you answered it.
You
girl.
answered it. You
Oh,
answered
okay,
it.
You are great.
All right. What's next?
Somebody wants to know, are there any like large struggles you go through on a daily basis, either in the industry or being a trans woman?
My struggles in the industry are the same as regular model struggles, is that they're 16-year-old girls being signed at your agency and they're being pushed harder, or not necessarily my agency because I have been moved to the celebrity board. Haha. Anyway, but I will say there is someone younger, prettier, and then the younger girls, because I have an all-trans agency, Slay Models. If you haven't heard of it, we had a whole show about it. Anyway, with that, these girls, when they do it that young, they've been openly trans because this is a new frontier. They've been openly trans since they were like 10, 5. Yeah, they've been on hormones for like years. These girls are serving fish, tilapia, bass. I'm like, yo, she doesn't have a pussy. No, I'm kidding. No, not to even go to genitals, but I mean like, where I'm just like, she's not a what? She's a what? She's a what? How? Like, where I'm like, oh my God, I look like a big old man right now. She is stunning. I'm like a little Adriana Lima looking bitch, but it's true. Some of them look so good, and it is intimidating. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm like aging out. I've got to start talking more because I'm gonna have to move to television.
What? Do you ever experience? I know I keep coming up with my own questions.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Because I know Jules, the girl I dated for a minute, she used to do New York Fashion Week all the time. She was a model in New York and came back and would tell me horror stories about why she hated it and everything.
It's horrible.
Because she is literally stick skinny. Stick skinny.
That's New York.
And they would come to her and be like,
She's fat.
You need to lose 20 pounds. And she was like, I like my boobs. I like my ass.
They gotta go.
And she was like, I want, but she's like, literally, I've never seen a girl like that, like almost that skinny. And it was like.
The thing is, you know what? What I did, I just kept changing my market. So the Miami market was very swimsuit. So I had, like, I was thin, but it was kind of like a swimsuit body. And then New York is a high fashion body. I was 6 feet tall and 123 pounds. The whole, like, all 3 years I lived in New York.
Incredible.
No, it was disgusting. Every time I stood up, I was dizzy. And it's not even exaggerating. Like, I drank black coffee and ate raw nuts. No joke. I know, no pun intended. And just like some fruit here and there, but that was my whole fucking diet. I think the whole time I was in New York.
I can't diet.
It was exhausting, but I booked. Bitch, I booked. I look like a head with legs. I was like, this is amazing. But
that commitment is insane.
It's what I wanted to do. And it's I have so much more to prove because I am a black trans person. Like if you fail,
Are there negative like health effects by doing that though? Because obviously, like you're
absolutely. Oh my God, I was probably dying. Yes, I absolutely no. And there's more. Like you actually, people don't talk about this. When you have that low amount of calories in your body, you don't sleep. I almost never slept. You cannot get to sleep. You'll be up all night and just get up in the morning.
And then have to look pretty in the morning?
Yes.
Oh, no.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and so I had a lot of trouble sleeping. It's literally why I left New York. I was like, I cannot maintain this any further. And I had plateaued in my career. Like, I wasn't getting the best jobs, and I wasn't getting anything super good. I was just like, okay, I'm done. I don't want to be a model anymore. And I moved here to stop modeling. And then 2 months later, I was shooting that show.
That's crazy.
Wow.
Yes, all because I met that guy at brunch.
Oh, wow.
Who is now my agent.
I'm telling you, that's how you get jobs out here. You fucking go out
LA.
and you have to have a social game. I'm sorry. Like, if you're beautiful in Iowa, great. But if you don't have a personality,
Girl,
don't come here, Becky.
you won't last.
You won't last. You're
Yeah.
going to get a job at Panera, not be able to pay your bills, and leave after 4 months. Don't do it. I've seen it.
Exactly.
Okay, wait. Let's pause for a second. I just want to check to make sure there's no beeping in the audio.
Oh, God.
I forgot to check.
This is great.
Yeah, I forgot how much I've done. It's so many years. So many years. I'm so fucking old. I really am. It's like recording all this. I'm like,
That's fine. We're not going to put this part in.
No, it's fine. Put it in there. I don't care. Watch me stretch. Watch me work. Watch me work. All right. But yeah, that's my life. It's stupid.
It's interesting. That's why you hear
Thanks. Yeah, you knew it wasn't going to be boring. Like, how did a black tranny get employed in America? Because that's a story by itself.
Okay.
All right.
Is it okay?
Mm-hmm.
Is there beeping in the audio?
No.
Right.
Did we stop?
That happened. We had to cancel an entire episode because there was like just a hyper pitched beep on someone's.
Ari and Kyle on,
You had to
Ari's
throw an
mic.
entire out, and then we had to
That is-
mute your entire mic for one episode. I remember that. Yeah.
Well, at least you check now, right?
We're good. We're good.
That would have been
Okay.
abysmal.
Yes.
Yeah.
Come back and do it all again.
I'd be like, well, I'm not going to have the same energy. And it was like, so I lived in Miami and I was, a dude.
Okay.
Then I changed it.
People want to know, how do you tell your parents that you're a model? I'm joking.
I was like, what?
Oh, yeah, how'd that story go?
Yes. How did I come out to my parents? I
Basically.
came out as gay first when I was 16 because that was a safe word. Because, again, like, we did a lot of things as a family. I have a really close family. And so we used to watch Will and Grace, and that was my mom's, like, favorite show. And so, like, if Will and Grace is on, you have to shut the fuck up. So I knew that she was kind of okay with gay people. I was like, hey, Mom, I'm gay. And she's like, oh, okay. And that's how that went. It was literally like, are you still going to cheerleading practice? Because I was captain of my squad when I came out. Yeah, which means she knew.
Okay.
Which means she fucking knew. And I had on more mascara than her at the time. I was like, Mom, I'm gay. And she was like, all right. I'm glad you told me. I'm like, bitch. And anyway. And then, but I remember I moved to Miami, and literally like a week into living in Miami, I was like, oh, by the way, I'm not doing that dude thing anymore. I am a woman, and this is how I'm going to live now. And because I didn't have any pressure from people I grew up with, or just that oppressive environment that is Northern Virginia, where I'm from. And they're really nice people. Like, it's a place full of nice people. But I mean, there is a lot of pressure to conform and be cis heteronormative.
Of course.
White picket fence, golden retriever, get married, blah, that's your life. So that's not my life. So I moved to Miami, and I came out to my parents and everyone else, like, because everyone in Miami already thought I was me, like, as I am now. But I came out a year later at 19, and I remember my mom picked me up from the airport, and I was so fucking nervous. I was like, I'm going to fucking tell her. I was shaking so much that I had to sit on my hands. And just because it could be the end of everything, I'm like, this could be my cutoff. Like, this could be my get out. This could be when I have to do things myself. And I'm not good at paying bills on my own. Just ask my landlord. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm kidding. No, I've actually never been late. Hey. No, but we pull up in my driveway, and it's like a 45-minute drive from the airport to my house. And I remember just the pressure. And I was like, I tell her right now. And I said, Mom, I got to tell you something. And and she was like, okay, what? I said, Mom, I'm transgender. And she was like, okay, what's transgender? And I told her, and she was like, oh, okay. She goes, that actually answers a lot of questions I've had for you. She goes, are you happy? And I said, no. I was like, I'm a student. Like, no, I'm not happy. Now, she goes, well, are you going to finish school? And I was like, yeah, I plan on it. And she goes, we don't have a problem here.
Your mom sounds amazing.
She's great. I'm so lucky I had her. Yeah, she's the best mom ever. But but it's funny because after that I was like, okay, well you get to tell the rest of the family because I'm not doing that again.
That's pretty much how I did it too when I came out. I was like I'm not gonna do it. You can tell everyone, Mom. Go ahead.
Well,
My story was very different.
I know. Oliver had a rough story too.
I got kicked out of both my parents.
I'm sorry.
If you didn't know.
I didn't. I didn't.
Yeah,
Right? Passable.
the beard.
Come on. Booking your modeling gig.
Passing privilege. Like, come on, passing privilege. I know.
But I have a question. It's more modeling now. Have you experienced or have you like had any like flobs on the runway, like falls, seen someone fall or seen something go like terribly wrong?
I have not fallen. I have slipped, and I literally cried when I got off the runway because it was in New York. It was one of the last fashion weeks I did, and I told them I did not want to go down this gown because it was coming apart as I was walking in it backstage.
Oh my god!
It was literally tearing all the way up the front. And it was like 10 pounds or something of hand-done beads and this long-ass train. I said, I don't want to wear this. They're like, oh, you're the only one tall enough to wear this. And I was just like, I do not want to wear this gown. I said, this is a mess. This is going to fall apart. This is a mess. And so I'm walking because they didn't listen to me at all. And I'm walking and I'm just going at a regular, like a good pace for like a gown like that. And I stop, and it's so heavy. The train goes when I stop at the end of the runway. It's so heavy. The train goes right underneath me, and so I can feel it underneath me. And I try to carefully step off the train, and I just it was like a jerk, and I caught myself, and then I whipped it around, and I went to the back, and I just ripped the dress off, and I started crying. I was like, I fucking hate this. I was like, I hate this career. I hate it.
I know someone asked because I remember seeing it. Someone was like, can she walk in heels? Can you walk in heels, bitch?
Bitch, you better Google the Marco show of any of the past 4 years and see me walk in 6-inch pumps.
How do you learn to walk in heels? Do you have any tips for anybody out there?
I had at Elite Models in Miami, I had a trainer named Junior, who's now one of my bestest friends. It was his birthday yesterday, but he's not going to see that because this is going to come out way later. Anyway, he taught me how to move. So you can walk in heels. Anyone can walk in heels. He taught me how to move in heels. So yeah, I can fucking glide.
Love that.
Yeah, it's different.
Those heels you came with.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you know what? I don't fuck around. Those are 6 inches.
Cute as fuck.
And those are like everyday ass heels. I've been running around town all day in those. They're Sam Edelman.
Nice.
Someone wants to know if you have any thoughts on the show Pose. Do you feel shows like this help bring awareness to trans issues? Are there any pros or cons of this type of exposure?
I think
that's such a deep question.
That is a deep question, and I do have opinions. I think Pose is necessary because you have to look at gay and trans history because they don't teach it in school. So how the hell would we ever know if this stuff happened? Like I didn't know that gays and trans people were so divided once, which I learned on the show. I was like, oh my God, the gays threw her out of a gay bar? That's like my mecca. Like I literally live at gay bars. I don't know what I would do without gay bars. That's where I am all the time.
It's a safe space. People forget that gay bars aren't just a place for you to have your fucking bachelorette party. And like and people are like, oh my God, you gay, like how dare you tell straight people like they can't come? Like, no, you can come, but you have to remember that we're here because we can't go anywhere else.
Exactly.
And we can go like like you
It's
go
not
to
a zoo. Yeah.
Like you go to a straight bar, fine, but like I mean, I got so comfortable in WeHo, but I go home to Jersey and I'm fine in a normal bar. I can hit on a girl, but it's like you can't say you see a guy you want to hit on, you don't know if they're straight again.
No, and it can be dangerous.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's dangerous because they get so like masculinity is so fucking fragile that if it even brushes with femininity, which is like a male hitting on you. Because then you start to feel feminine, like they are crumbled. Yeah. It's so fucking fragile.
And these straight guys come into the gay bar and get mad when gay guys hit on them.
Yeah, like don't hit. They're like, oh shit, that's a man in a dress. I'm like, actually, this is my house, and you can leave. Yeah, like you can fucking leave. Yeah, because nobody even wanted to fuck you here.
Were you at Tiger Heat that night?
What night?
No. It was when I went with Faye and her friends. Someone walked past us and like said faggot, like called one of us like that. What? And we were like, where are we?
Welcome to Tiger Heat, bitch. I know.
Where are you? Where are we?
I literally was like, where are we? He was like, didn't have a shirt on, like a total like frat bro looking dude. And I was like,
what?
He probably just swallowed a gallon of cum in the bathroom and he's like, fucking faggots. He's like burping up semen. I'm not the one. Like, I can't. With you fragile ass hoes, I can't. It's true.
I have like the straightest coworkers too, but they all want to go to WeHo with me, and they're like, I don't care about that stuff. Though. They're like, if someone like flirts with them, they wouldn't like get mad. So I was like, okay, as long as you're
That's
like
fine.
not an asshole.
Yeah, be fine with it. Yeah.
Did they ever ask you to be on Pose, or have you ever auditioned for it?
I auditioned for MJ Rodriguez's part.
Got it.
Yeah, and it was I think I had 2 callbacks, and they went with MJ, and she was the better choice. Like I can't do what she does. She's like a real ass trained actor.
Got it.
And because people are like, oh, would you do Pose? And I'm like, they haven't made a part for me on Pose.
Got it.
I'm like a Hillary Banks in Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I'm not any of those girls. You know, so because normally 9 times out of 10, an acting job, that person is the character.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's very rare that it's Meryl Streep where she's like pouring herself into a character. Like this is most acting gigs are like
Kristen
Sarah
Stewart
Jessica,
being
yes,
Kristen Stewart.
Yes,
Yeah.
Sarah Jessica Parker is Carrie in every fucking thing
Yeah.
that she's in. Don't front. You know it. So that's probably what she's like in real life. So if you're gonna make a character like me, you probably have to know me.
True.
Is it time for me to ask another question?
We all looked directly at that.
But yeah, I would need a Hillary Banks person to be a character.
Someone said, hoping you'll be Arisce, and they want to know any further content or projects that you're working on that you can talk about.
Is this live?
It's not live.
Oh, sorry. I was like, what?
Well, they've seen you in my videos before.
Oh, they said,
Yeah.
hoping you'll be Arisce. Oh, that's cute. Okay. What did they ask?
A stand.
That first part threw me off. I was like,
You found a stand.
I know. I was like, oh shit.
But they want to know if there's any like future like content and projects that you're working on that you can announce right now.
I can't announce one thing I'm working on, but it will be on E. And then, this got announced today. Slay Models is having a competition, and I'm hosting the entire thing as their supermodel. Ooh. And it's going to be, I think, like at Sony Pictures, but it's going to be on Logo. And so you can watch it there and see as a guest judge. I think there's a bunch of guest judges that are like big celebrities.
Is it a modeling competition?
It's a modeling competition. They're looking for the
Okay.
next big trans model to sign to Slay Models.
Oliver.
And-
Yes. Bring it to the runway.
I gotta
Bring it to the
surgery
runway.
first. I can.
Yes. No, you don't. We have non-binary. We have everybody. Yeah.
Okay, suddenly I'm interested.
Yeah.
No.
Right? But yeah, so I have those 2 things coming up, and I think I have one more thing coming up, but I can't remember.
Can't remember.
I know I can't remember.
I'm sure it's something fabulous.
Are there any clothes or any type of modeling you're not comfortable with?
I'm not comfortable. The only thing I'm ever not comfortable with is being exploited, because I love clothes. I love being naked. I like either. I don't care. But if I feel like you're having more gain than I'm getting for this, I'm being exploited. And so I can't work with you. Thanks.
I love that.
Yeah.
And that's on period.
That's on period. Okay.
I remember advice Arisce gave me at that same New York party. You gave me a lot of wisdom at that New York party when we were up
I was
there.
talking a lot.
Yeah, we were jib jabbering, and she was like, I remember we were talking about our families or whatever and stuff like that, and you were like, I am the poorest one in my family, but I'm also the most famous. Tell me how the fuck that works. You know what I mean? So like there is a correlation. That's why I really get when you're like, if you can do anything else, do it.
Do it.
Like people are like actors, models, or like entertainers because there's literally like you can't see yourself doing anything else.
No, if I worked a 9 to 5 at like a call center, I would have shot myself in the face.
head, bitch.
Yeah, no, in the face, so that there was no open casket. No one
Nope.
should look at me ever again.
Yeah, I'd be done. I
because
can't.
I didn't use my skills to the best of their ability. I'm so much better to do something else.
Yeah.
And so if I am forced to work for some horrible company who's basically paying slave labor wages with no benefits, I'd kill myself.
Not even that. I feel like I don't need a lot of. I mean, obviously, I want a lot of money. That is like the T. Obviously, you've taught me some ways to get that money. But it's almost like I feel like I will sacrifice a lot of money that will come from like a really nice business job where that's my whole life, where I worked that 9 to 5 and all that kind of stuff. I would rather make less money and be able to fully support myself and work every day happily and doing what I
you
love.
Because here's the thing, kids. With that business job, desk job, unless that's what you love to do, you're just creating a false sense of security for yourself because it can all be taken away like that.
Yes.
Tomorrow's not promised for any of us, and you can't ever forget that this is not a dress rehearsal. This is your life. Do you want to look back and think, damn, why didn't I do that thing I wanted to do? Because if I fail a million times, at least I fucking tried to do what I wanted.
Bam.
Yeah, whereas you failed at something you didn't even want to do, you're the big loser, bitch.
Oh my God, you have great.
Wow.
This
Wow.
is how I live my life.
Oh my God.
I have no fucking regrets because I wanted it once upon a time. Anything that happened to me was a choice that I made, and it was the result of a choice that I made, and it was what I wanted once. And so I'm like, oh, that didn't work out. Oops. Oops, that blew up in my face, but at least I did the direction I wanted to do.
So someone wants to know, do you have cheat days? And if you do, what do you eat?
My cheat days are not as cheaty as some people's, but my cheat days are whenever I feel like it, when I feel like I just deserve to be happy. Okay. And I will order a Fresh Brothers vegan pizza. It's the Berkeley, and it's amazing. And I will eat half of it in one sitting and watch The Little Mermaid. Yeah.
I ate 36 cookies the other night.
You were the Cookie Monster, so you had a bad
I cannot. Was that for the video?
Yeah.
That was-
You literally ate them?
Well, the thing
Cookie
is,
Monster doesn't even eat the cookies. They fall out of his mouth.
yeah, but
You're
I
right.
was high. I got high, and then I was like, the video was done. I only ate 3 cookies during the video, but then I was sitting there. I started binge watching Avatar: The Last Airbender, and I'm like,
Good show.
Yeah, like good
Solid.
choice, you know?
Solid show.
Respect.
but they all had to go. Like they all had to go because I'm like, if I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna have to do it all tonight because tomorrow I can't cheat.
See, I hide cookies for guests. Like I have like Oreos way up in the back, and I'm like, here, these haven't expired yet.
Her apartment is beautiful. She has a 2-bedroom because you turned one room into
To
a
a
closet.
closet, yeah, I remember that. That was
Yeah.
the
She has
first,
like a little
the
love
first time I
seat
ever
there.
met you. That's what you told me. You turn one of your rooms to a closet.
Hi, I'm
and I
better
was
than
like,
everyone else. And I can prove it with an extra room in my house. This is who I am, but it's fine. I'm happy with who I am. I don't have everything, but I have everything I need.
I think you've already answered this, but someone wants to know what are some of the things you've modeled and walked for?
I walk Marco whenever he asks. I've done 4 shows for him. Bless you.
Thank you.
I've watched 4 shows for him in total, and he's only had 5 shows, so shows you that.
I would
'cause
love to be in
didn't
a
live
Marco
yet.
show.
It's so good. It's
You
so
could
much
probably
fun.
do one. You know him, right?
I'm sure you could.
I'm very good friends with Marco. I just
Yeah.
have to ask. Well, she yells at me for this all the time. I have a lot of friends that can like help me book things, but I'm always terrified to ask because I never want it to seem like our friendship is fake or I'm only friends with them because I want something. I'm just like, I'm always afraid.
My
to
thing is,
ask.
if you're afraid to ask, offer them something in return. What can I do for you? I'll do your campaign. Do you want me to sew something for you? Anything you want me to do as a exchange? Absolutely. Like, I rock Marco at he dressed me for. They had me at RuPaul's Drag Con all 3 days as like a celebrity guest. And so one day I did a comedy show. The other days I'm just walking around taking pictures with fans.
And he's super nice.
So nice. No, but he outfitted me for the whole thing. And it's because I do his shows.
Yeah.
You know, it's just, it doesn't have to be tit for tat, but it's like you become friends and you form relationships with people. And you can't be afraid to ask for help.
Yeah.
Because I shouldn't have to pay for all my own clothes. Do you know how many people's clothes I've modeled? Jesus fucking Christ. Okay, give me these clothes. But I've done Lucky Brand jeans. I've done ASOS. I've done Lululemon. I have done Opening Ceremony. I've done, God, what else have I done? So many fucking things. Whatever this sweater is, I can't remember, but I modeled for them last year. And they gave me this. I know.
She's done a lot.
I'm sorry. I've done so much.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
I can't remember. I'm sorry. I've been working for 15 fucking years. It's really hard to remember. It's really hard to remember. It's like,
Yeah, it's a long time.
Oof.
Like 1 year
Wow.
feels like an eternity. God
Mhm.
In this economy?
Yo, it bees like that sometimes.
I don't know, I'm reading these questions. I'm like, some of them are boring. But someone wants to know, do you constantly get people trying to get with you because you're a model?
I get people constantly trying to get with me because I'm trans and they haven't tried that yet.
Ugh, I feel
Yeah, they
bad.
don't care that I'm a model. I just fit the little box where they're just like, yo, you got like all of that. I'm like,
I'm not your fetish. Goodbye.
unless they're hot.
God.
Bitch, I have said that once and I've said it a million times. I'm like, if it's like Jason Momoa and he's like, I'm into trans girls. I'm like, I'm into you. That's nuts. I feel so subjugated right now, but who cares? At least I'm getting what I want. It's an exchange at this point. I'm not being used. Exactly. You're being used if you think you like them. Fuck that. No. But yeah, not for being a model, for being a trans person.
Do you have what?
Ask questions. Do you have a question?
How long have we been doing it?
We're doing it for 54 minutes.
Okay. Well, let's do one more.
Yeah, one more,
Right.
and then we can
I
end
have a
it.
good one, yeah. I have one I want to ask you.
All right.
Well, do you, being successful, you're successful in this, and you had a lot of obstacles to overcome, but just like the broad sense of modeling, period. If you had any advice that you would go back and tell your former self when you were younger that you think would help other people trying to break out into this business, what would you say?
I would say, bitch, move to LA first. Don't even go to Miami. Don't even go to New York. You'll learn some great things there, meet some great people. But bitch, you could be famous way faster if you just move to LA and you'll be just minting money by the time you're 30. And you won't be 33 at your friend's podcast.
Well, that is amazing advice, and I think that crosses the spectrum of all entertainment, because when I wanted to move to LA, I was in New York trying to find jobs here before I moved, because that was the technically smart thing to do. And I had an interviewer tell me, they're like, baby, like, you may be good at what you do, but this is LA. Everybody here does what you do, and there's somebody who's willing to do it cheaper, and they're younger, they're pretty, they do like less money, whatever, around the corner. So if you want this, you got to come here first, and then you figure it out. So the advice is you have to come here, and you just figure it out.
Yeah,
man.
you got to come here and be ready to work.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
And
Don't
also-
expect anything.
Yeah.
And expect to fail. You will fail. Failure is growth. It's literally starting a new starting point, which is great because you're starting with the knowledge you have now.
Yeah, just look at Strut and Lohan Beach Club.
Exactly. Now I'm going to be on E.
I should be on a reality TV show. What's my one? I should get a next one.
Cops.
Yes.
Wow.
Bad boys.
Was
What
that
you gonna
racist?
do?
We'll find out later.
I love that so much.
So, where can people find you, Arisce?
Oh, yes.
I am at Aristocrat on all platforms, and I'm the one with the blue check mark, so you won't miss it.
Can you spell it for me?
At ARISCESTOCRAT.
Love that. And where can people find you?
Yes. No, and then Arisce Wanzer 666 on Facebook, and that's my official verified page.
666?
It's to scare off people who are scared of me. People are so afraid of a number. Rawr! What you gonna do?
Where can people find you, Mac?
People can find me if you search anywhere Mac does it. Where can people find you, Mike?
People can find me if you search at MikeMGTV anywhere. What about you, Oliver?
Sad mean boy.
Sad me boy.
Did you just turn up my mic right there?
Sounds. If you guys have any intros or any hookup times to send us, send it to MessyPod@gmail.com.
Yes, or any of the entries for our segments that I think are sticking. I think that we're gonna stick with
That's
these.
it. That's it.
Yeah. I mean, we may add some shit.
Yeah.
And we may sub some shit out as we go, but right now we have like a good thing. Your guys' intros for all these are really good. I love them.
Yes. But send your hookup stories at MessyPod@gmail.com.
Yes.
Or tweet us at MessyPod. Any ideas or suggestions for our podcast or any guests you want us to have.
So follow our
Arisce.
Instagram, because that's like I asked the questions for this on our Instagram story. So if you want to be interactive, also make sure to check out our Instagram at MessyPod.
Yes. And you have just been douched.
Have you douched? Did you douche today?
Not today. I just came from Cafe Gratitude.
You don't even eat.
I just ate. I had vegan nachos. God.
Goodbye, guys.